Hi, today I am in Tokyo and get to interview this amazing artist from Okinawa singing recently released song Oki Doki. I'm so honored to interview her and hear beautiful stories, so watch and listen till the end. Where are you from?
I'm from Okinawa, Japan.
What's your background?
So my dad's from Texas, and my mom's half Japanese, half American. And then she kind of was born and raised in between California, Hawaii, and she would come to Okinawa in her summers. But yeah, so American, Japanese, Okinawan.
Born in America.
Born in Okinawa.
Born in Okinawa and raised in Okinawa.
And raised in Okinawa. My dad was a Marine for 24 years, and that's the main reason he came to Okinawa when my mom and dad first met. But we were stationed in North Carolina when I was 3 for like 3 years, but I was too young to really remember anything. I have like small memories of like the river there or something, but not like any, strong memories. I don't remember any of those strong inputs, but yeah, other than that, Okinawa my whole life.
What do you do now?
I'm a singer-songwriter.
Right.
From Okinawa. It's the biggest flex. Everything I'm just like, and I'm from Okinawa. But yeah, I'm a singer-songwriter.
Working in Tokyo.
Yeah, I moved to Tokyo about 7 months ago. But I go back to Okinawa at least every 2 months, for even if it's for 3 days. Like, oh, I need Okinawa, and then I go back home.
What is it like to work in Tokyo as a singer?
It's really fun. There's always new things to do, new people to meet. I think it's a very ambitious city, and I have a bunch of different experiences that I wouldn't get if I lived in Okinawa. So it's a fresh experience, and I really like it. I love making music, and get to meet a lot of people that inspire me to do more music and even things outside of music. So I love it.
What's your motivation of artist activity?
I have two kind of separate goals. I have like one is my own goal, just as me as a person, and that's to honestly make music from a spot that I know is very pure and make music that makes people feel the same way I feel while making it. And then the second goal is to get as big of a platform as possible, so I get to share about my background and share about Okinawa and kind of start spreading, I think, the Okinawan way of life and Okinawan way of thinking to the world, because I think it's a very peaceful and important mindset to have. So those two goals are my biggest.
Does that mean your mindset is more like Okinawan than American or Japanese?
I would definitely think so. Like being mixed, obviously the way I think is mixed too, but because I went to Japanese school my whole life, and all of my friends are mostly Japanese. Like I had mixed friends, but I didn't have a lot of 100% American or 100% anywhere else other than like my brothers and sisters' friends around me. And as I grew older, but my upbringing was pretty much the same as an average Okinawan kid. I think all of my morals and all of the things that I keep really close to my heart are very Okinawa centered, and then I kind of base what I want to do off of that. And it's just a very natural thing. It's not even like a thinking of how I'm acting. It's just, just naturally, I love the way Okinawans think. Like if I just want to be Okinawan oba ni naritae. When I'm older, I just want to be like hunched over in Okinawa, drinking my coffee. That's all I want to do. そうそう、もうゆっくりでいいさーって言いながらやりたい。
I kind of feel that from your lyrics, Oki Doki, and you're kind of trying to convey the love from Okinawa, right?
Yeah.
What's the background of making that, music?
So when I first started making music, I never really wrote in Japanese. It was all English, and it was all from, all my music is personal experience, but it was a more closer personal experience. Right. And when I got the opportunity to make Oki Doki with Big Knot and Choji, the minute I heard the beat and I heard like the original song, I was like, oh, this song is definitely the time for me to talk about Okinawa and to talk about, or at least make a melody and make lyrics that kind of show how Okinawa feels to me. And for me, that's a very peaceful and loving island. And even with a really sad background for certain things, Okinawan people are still able to have such a peaceful heart and forgiving heart. So I wanted to show that on the song. So for mainland Japanese listeners or even foreign listeners that don't speak Japanese and hear like certain uchinaguchi in the song, or like hearing how Okinawan people act or live in the song was my one of my first biggest efforts to kind of share that Okinawan side through music.
Right.
And I think it's doing that. I'm really happy about that because I get messages every day from Okinawan people around the world. Like, oh, my background is Okinawa. I never lived there, but I know my grandma's from there.
Right.
And think like this song helps me connect. Ooh, helps me. Resume. Yeah, it helps me connect with my Okinawan background. So yeah, I can already feel that I'm starting to accomplish that goal of sharing that Okinawan feeling, which is really nice. But yeah, Oki Doki, that was my main goal, was to give that Okinawan feeling, Okinawan happiness.
What's the reaction you get from the audience?
It's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah, it is. Like, funny.
Yeah, I've seen so many
It's
like
really
videos
good.
on Instagram going viral, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it makes me so happy. Because,
Yeah.
like, I mean, I've been doing music for 3 years, which isn't that long. And I was doing YouTube with my brother since I was in high school, my first year of high school. And we've always had the best supporters. Like, since the YouTube days, we'd have the nicest comments. But with creating Oki Doki, it's a completely different type of pool of people that are starting to come to my page, and the messages that I get from them are just so nice and so encouraging. And a lot of them actually make me really emotional because, I mean, that was my goal, to do that on the song. But when I actually get the reaction that I was hoping for, and it's a lot more than I was hoping for, I'm like, oh my god. And even like walking in Tokyo, some people will stop me and they're from Tokyo. Like, oh, Gure-san-san desu ka? I was like, oh, hi. They're like, Oki Doki daisuki desu. I'm like, ah, arigatou. And they sing it for me. They're like, okay. Yeah, so it's been the best reaction. And like, I've just, through Oki Doki and through, everything I've been doing with this new song, it's shown me a lot more, and it's inspired me in a different way with my music to, make things that have this effect on people, not just, I mean, dancing in your bedroom is great, but if you're like driving your car and you're like, dang, Okinawa was awesome while you're listening to Oki Doki, then mission accomplished for me.
Nice. Yeah, I'm always listening to
Thank you. I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I got to, even with the whole connection with with my answers too, sharing Okinawan experiences with the world. You do the same thing, and you do it with a different format and a different style. But thanks to interview pages like you, people get to know a different level of Okinawa that I can't only do in my music. So, みんなで一緒にできてる感じあるし、そう。
You gotta work collectively.
Exactly. So for Oki Doki, Choji has always been one of my favorite rappers, forever. And I actually messaged him 3 years ago.
Right.
It's like, いつかChojiさんと曲作りたいですって言って、その時はならなかったけど、I was like, もういつかマジでやりたいみたいな。で、when we finally, I'm like flip-flopping between languages. やっとできるってなった時に、やばいみたいな、長女さんと曲作るみたいな。で、グレースの曲のアプローチはもうちょっとなんかソフトで、沖縄は愛があって気持ちいい場所だよみたいな。でも長寿さんのバースとか言葉はもうちょっと沖縄の22がみたいな、またみんなで沖縄を守らんといけんよみたいな、なんていうの、
めっちゃ確かに
いいよな。そう本当に長寿さんのとこ聞いてても逆に自分も入ってる曲って一瞬忘れるわけ。もう生まれも育ちも沖縄やすさに一瞬つられて、ずっと聞いてて、2人とも同じ向きで曲は歌ってるけど、なんか言い方と伝え方が違うから、なんかそう
2人 different identity があって。
Exactly, and he has this really like kind of older brother feel like we need to get our act together and do what's good for Okinawa and what's good for everyone. And then I have a very like, Okinawa's love, come have fun. And then he's like, okay, come have fun, but so I really like the dynamic of the song and the two different perspectives in the song. Choji's the goat. For real, he is. I love Choji.
So you went to the local school in whole school life in Okinawa, right?
Yeah. So originally into the first grade, I actually went to on-base school, like a military school. And Me and my two older sisters, we pretty much begged our parents, like, please let us go to Japanese school because we really wanted to learn Japanese and be a part of Japanese culture and Okinawan culture more. And it took a really long time to get us into the school. There was a lot of trouble just to get in because we didn't speak any Japanese. So even the school board was like, you don't speak any Japanese, and we're like, yes, we know, but we still want to go. And then after a little, little gentle push, we're like, okay, let's go to Japanese school. And then in the beginning, I didn't speak a word. Like I remember the principal asking me my name, or he's like, "Nansai desu ka?" It's like, "Grace Shinku desu." So that's the only thing I knew how to say was my name. I was like, "I'm Grace Sink." So I didn't know any Japanese at all. And then I remember I did have some bullying in elementary school, which at the time, obviously, it's not, a fun experience because you feel like, the odd one out. But I think sometimes kids just like to point out the differences, and it's not even something that's, really negative or trying to target someone. It's just, you look different from us, and that's all it is. So I did have that a little bit in the beginning years of my elementary school. But once I spoke Japanese and, I was really a part of my friends, then it was completely fine. And I wouldn't switch that experience for anything. Like, I'm so glad I went to Japanese school, Japanese middle school and high school, because I think a lot of the important things that I hold in my life are things that I learned in Japanese school. And, like, taking care of, your own area. Because that's something that in American school I didn't have. It's like having your own, making sure you clean your own area and like 給食当番自分たちでやる like doing your doing your own lunch stuff. That was never like a thing in the States or in American school, so I loved going to Japanese school and feeling that. I did ASA when I was younger for a decent amount. I don't remember how many years I did it, but since I was like elementary 小3とか、小学校かなずっとギリ中学校入ってたかも。But I did ASA, I did Old Aiko. And then I think that was one of the reasons why I also loved Okinawan culture so much. Because I remember being in ASA practice and like hearing the taiko and like listening to the songs over and over and over again. And then, everyone getting together and really trying to make this one dance beautiful. And then getting to perform that in front of everyone. And like, 最後みんなでカチャ足する時とかも、本当に it's just, I was like, wow, this is such a beautiful thing that we get to do. And yes, I did ASA for a fair amount of time growing up. And I loved it. I still, now that I'm older, I want to get back into it. My siblings are talking about that too. Because my nephew loves ASA. Like, he apparently, in his sleep, 寝言で he says, いやささって言って。いや、そうだろう。本当にそれぐらい大好きだしよ。そう。それみんなでできるのが一番楽しいから。そう。だから東京でも昨日一昨日なんかバーにいて女の子がグレーさんですかって言われて、そうですみたいな。自分沖縄なんですけどみたいな、すごい聞いてるんですよみたいな、そうなんだみたいな。だからグレースがみんなの沖縄いっぱいシェアしてねみたいな。でみんなでやろうよみたいな。お前も沖縄だろみたいな。一緒にできるさみたいな。いや私はできないよみたいな。いやみたいな。もう一人一人が力持ってるからね。東京に住んでても、もしなんか東京の人たちがなんていうの、周りの沖縄の人とかに会うときに。その沖縄のパワーとか感じたら、沖縄すごいみたいな、なんでそんなすごいんだろうみたいな。確かにね。興味津々やすさってなるじゃん。だからなんか来てくれたりみたいな。一人だったらちょっとつまらないから、みんなで一緒になんか集まってやってる方が多分お互いもっとなんていうの、自分の好きなとこ出せるし、ぶつかり合うのいい系なんだっけ。なんか when you bounce off of each other、なんかシェアみたいな。ぶつかりだけど、そう共有だ。そう共有でした。I
feel the same.
Yeah, it's the best way. More powerful that way. I think everybody wants that too. Everybody wants to be together. Everybody wants to have, whether it's blood family or you know, chosen family. Everyone wants a connection, and everyone wants that community. And I think doing, especially dreams that are really important and messages that are really important, I think it's better to do it with a community because it's, you know, a lot more than just the force of one. So when a whole community is like, we're having a lot of fun in Okinawa, it's really peaceful, you guys should think the same, you know, you guys could think the same way. It's like, oh, that does sound really good. I do want to be a part of that.
Right.
So, yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work.
力を合わせて
頑張りましょう。
頑張ります。頑張りましょう。Any message for the viewers from the perspective as an Okinawan working in Tokyo as a singer?
I'd say to believe in yourself and in your dream completely. Whether you're from Okinawa or if you're from mainland or you're from the States trying to do something in Japan, I think belief is all where it starts. And if you believe in what you're doing, then you're able to really follow through and able to chase the dream. And even if you don't have, you know, that belief and that faith from the start, act like you do. Because, you know, if you're acting in a way where, or at least living in a way where, you know, your dreams are getting closer, then keep doing that. And I think you'll wake up one day and you're like, oh, I do believe. So it's not, for some people, it's not an instant, you know. Belief isn't the most easiest thing because there's certain challenges that I think complicate it. But to keep that, to keep that heart in you and to make sure that you're, you know, as dedicated and as passionate about that dream that you were from the beginning, and keep it that way. And then I think you can go far. And just be, if you're a good person, it'll take you far in life. I think, yeah, having that passion and that belief and the faith for your dream and the confidence to stick with it, because sometimes it's easy to kind of feel, it's easy to not be encouraged anymore because sometimes, you know, one small word can like, oh, maybe I am doing something that's impossible or kind of too far-fetched. But if you believe in yourself, then it's the only center pole you need. So that and being a good person. If you have those two, then it might take more time than, you know, other ways, but I think it's the most precious way to accomplish certain things. It's believing in yourself and being nice. It's a great thing. It's a great feeling to be nice. So yeah, I think that's what it would be. And just keep community very important. And the people, yeah, because if you have a good community, all of you support each other, and everyone's, you know, looking out for your dreams and looking out for you. So happiness should come. I think that's it. It's not like the most strategic advice.
It's okay.
But
more like a mindset.
yeah, exactly. I think the mindset is the most important part of a dream. So
Yeah.
if you have that together, you're Gucci. You're doing great. Now I get to お姉ちゃんたちは送れるし家族みんなで見てるわけですか沖縄 Okinawa is beautiful 見てるから
ありがとうございます。
そうリード送れるの楽しいI'm very very
For
excited
the first on Instagram.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you
Yeah,
so much. ありがとうございます。
お疲れ様です
It's warmer now.
I know It's not as cold as the first one
Check out her song and Instagram account from the description. Thank you.